2, 1. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, let me see here. Kim, are you gonna be boss or applicant first?
Applicant first.
Applicant. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, start.
Please, 30 seconds.
No, we have to go. Go. Not 30 seconds. Go. Make sure this is. Go ahead.
Come in. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Mr. Dong. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. My name is Tue1Pm.
Please take a seat.
Thank you. Today I'm here to apply for internship program at PKCast.
Okay, so it's a pleasure to welcome you today, and I'll ask you several questions, so please answer the questions.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I'll ask you, can you tell me something about yourself?
I think I am the best person who is suitable in this company, PKCast.
Could you tell me the reasons?
While attending a high school, I felt a great interest in communication with others. So I worked as a movie director and school newspaper journalist. So these experiences, I learned a lot of skills such as writing, communication, and video editing skills, which content creator need.
So what is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is being creative. I always focus on something new. So this can be a great advantage for me because in PKCast, every staff works really and make every different contents every day.
So are there anything else?
Also, content creators of PKCast interview other people. With my distinct sociability, I can interview people well.
Then what is your greatest weakness?
I think I tend to get bored easily. It is not good, but in other words, it means I always focus on new things. If I am a person who settles for the present so quickly, I could not challenge anything.
What are you passionate about?
Since I was little, I have been interested in animals. So if I have a chance to be a PKCast member, I really want to make contents about animals.
So then can you tell me the examples of the contents?
For example, volunteering in dog shelters or please save the endangered animals. These projects can wake people up to the dangers which animals confronted.
Then finally, can you tell me the reason why you applied for our internship?
PKCast is the only corporation which I can realize my dream 100%. Also, welfare facilities for employees are also great, so every staff works really in a good working environment. Also, I can share my opinions and make contents which focus on my interest. So I applied this internship.
So do you have any questions for me?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay, so this is the end of our interview. Thank you for your interview, and it was nice meeting you.
Thank you so much. I hope to hear good news from you. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Knock knock.
Come in. Oh, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
My name is Mr. Han. How do you do?
Hi, Mr. Han. My name is Kyung-Jun Lee.
And please take a seat.
Thank you. I'm here to apply for my internship at the Ministry of Education.
Well, it's a pleasure to welcome you today. I'll give several questions. Please answer.
Okay.
First of all, tell me something about yourself.
I graduated Kyungbu National University, majoring in English literature and language. Learning what I had interest in my major, I also found that I'm interested in kids education too. So in that behalf, I applied to a school club named EBS Killer.
Tell me something about EBS Killer. What is EBS Killer?
It's a school club that volunteers for students who are studying for Sunu. We buy a book with which they study, and then we publish a book that they can work with it, and then we distribute to the high schools around Daegu so that they can study with them. Through this kind of activities, I found my interest.
Then what is your greatest strength?
I think it's the positivity. I believe in the power of affirmation.
Why do you think so?
Being positive and behaving as what I have thought not only affects my conditions but also influence on the way of others thinking. Because of this reason, I think it's my greatest strength.
Then what is your greatest weakness?
I think my greatest weakness is that I'm not used to being prudent of my details. When I work, I usually think of the big picture first and then move on to the next step to classify the small pictures. So this is also the reason why I like to work as a team so that the team members could help each other.
Then what are you passionate about these days?
My final goal of life is to be a person who can practice sharing. Fortunately I got the chance to know talent donation, and then I'm now sharing my knowledge to kids. Because of this kind of donation, I'm also interested in donation, the talent donation especially, and then these are the things that I'm interested in these days.
Here comes our last question. Why did you apply our internship program?
Ministry of Education is the place that determines our nation's studying courses and direction. I want to be a person who can teach others, and because I think I'm the person who can actually tell the spot of education, because of this reason, I applied to this internship.
Okay, it was very nice, and this is the end of our interview. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you, Mr. Han. I hope to hear great news from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're gonna have to share desks since I have two chairs up here. Just share the desks, okay? Rachel, oh, come on up, Rachel. Oh. This one. You just put your stuff up. It's fine. Just stick it up there. Okay. Are you boss or applicant first? Applicant. Okay, go ahead.
Come in.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rachel.
Hi, my name is Wu. I'm glad to see you.
Okay, take a sip.
I'm here for applying for Ministry of Trade internship.
Okay, I have some few questions for you. First of all, can you tell me something about yourself?
I'm currently attending Gyeongbuk National University, and I'm majored in economic trade. And I have more interest in trade, so I studied more trade subjects. And I also applied to ROTC, also known as school troop, so I can more concentrated on my studies while my male friends went to the military. Also, I have interested the Chinese since I was in middle school. So I studied Chinese character and I got Chinese character level 3. And I never missed first grade in Chinese subject since the high school. Until the high school. So even after I entered the university, I studied Chinese character every day.
Okay, then why did you choose this university?
When I was 20 years old, I failed the university entrance exam. So at that time, I didn't have any idea what should I do in the future, and just want to go university according to my grade. But in 2016, there was a lot of economic issue, such as Brexit or Greek currency crisis. I'm very interested in seeing that phenomenon, so I think I should go major related to economics. So I choose Gyeongbuk National University because I live in Daegu, and I choose major as trade, economics and trade. But economic subject is harder than I thought, so I choose trade as major because it is more fit to my aptitude.
Okay, then what is your greatest strength?
I said it previously, I retested the university entrance exam, so when I entered the university, I was older than my university friends, so as I spent time with them, I got a sense of responsibility, and I think I should show a model to them. For example, when we have a group assignment, I divided each person's role, and my friends followed me with me. So when my school years grew up, this advantage continued to evolve, and I used it well. So I think my great strength is leadership.
Okay, then what is your greatest weakness?
Uh, when I studying for retest the university entrance exam, uh, I studied in academy. In academy, I lived alone without any conversation with my classmates. So when I finished the exam, I had a lot of difficulties to talk with strangers because of shyness and shame. But as I said, I got a lot of responsibility in university life, so I overcame in that field.
So this is the most important question. Why did you apply for this internship?
I love to study trade, and I actually did it. So when I first time saw the internship notice on the internet, I think I should apply it without hesitation. When I promised to me that I should study trade, the Ministry of Trade is my dream company. I want to work in government agency. So if I elect it and finish it successfully, this experience will great help when I formally apply this company at the future.
Good. Then can you imagine your next 5 years?
Maybe I will graduate university with good grade and go to military and finish it well. And I think I will working in this building with you.
Okay, good. That's it for today. Thank you very much.
Good to, thank you for staying so. Come in. Go ahead, turn it.
Good afternoon. My name is Rachel, and I'm here for the recruitment trade trend analysis in contract.
I'm Miss Lee. Take a seat.
Thank you.
So I have a few questions for you. First, tell me something about you.
I graduated from National University. I studied economic and trade for my first major, and I studied management for my second major. I studied really hard for my dream, so because of that, I could get high score in all the lectures linked to my majors, and I focused on obtaining certificates related to this job. So I have a certificate of logistics management and also certificates of origin management as administrator. And also I am interested in learning different kind of country languages. So not that very professional, but I can have a daily communication with Japanese. And also I know that Russian has come to the fore in this market. So I'm planning to study Russian now. I know that Kotra has a lot of overseas business trips, so speaking different kind of languages will be a big help to this company.
Okay. Can you tell me about your greatest strengths?
I'm a very industrious person. I've never absented in my school, elementary to high school, and preparing for my university entrance exam, I wake up at 6 a.m. and slept at 12 a.m. every day, and I make my study plan, and I try to complete my to-do list.
So everyone has weakness. How about you?
I have a cerebral cortex, so I care about other people's feelings really a lot. So sometimes I can't tell what I have to say or how I felt about his or her behaviors. I know that kind of behavior is really bad, but sometimes it can be some good effects because caring other people's feelings means that I am a sensitive person, so I can react to the situation around me and grasping the situation around all over the world to analyze the trade trend is really important. So that kind of sensitivity will be a help.
So can you tell me about your work style?
My work style, if I have something to do, I always make a plan and taking step by step that is really helpful to complete my to-do list. And also, I attach importance on teamwork. So whenever I have a question or some problems to solve, I like to discuss about the problems or question. So I like to share different opinions with other people.
Okay. So how did you spend your university life for your career?
My major gives me expert knowledge for working in contract, and also my professors gave me advices for qualification related to this job. Also, when I was in Germany for exchange students, I could be an open-minded person to meet different kinds of people, so I can accept others' opinions and different kind of cultures, and it will be helpful to this globalization society.
Okay. That was our last question. Thank you for coming to.
John and math. John and math. Just you guys can go just sit. There's no room, you can just sit there. You just put your stuff. Okay, John, are you boss or applicant first? What are you doing, boss first or applicant? Boss, okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I am Mr. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I'm Joseph Kim.
Okay, please take a seat.
Thank you. I'm hearing from the major policy and business of education and Ministry of Education.
Okay, welcome to my interview.
So,
So, first question, how would you describe yourself?
I think I'm a person like schedule. When I wake up in the morning, I always make a plan about my daily activities and I write down on my note to see because I'm interested in making the plan. During the days I live in my life is in my note.
Okay. What is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is listening ability. I'm good at listening to people conversation. When I, for example, my friends are depressed because of bad news, I pay attention to their words and I give advice how to deal with the bad things and their feelings.
Okay. How about your greatest weakness?
My greatest weakness is related to my personality. I have a timid personality and so I don't see people's eyes very well. But I have an effort to overcome my bad one. For example, when I do the conversation, I try to see people's eyes. People's eyes. But it is difficult for me to see people's eyes for a long time. But I practice and I do my best.
What a good effort.
Thank you.
Okay. How do you manage your stress and pressure?
When I during the examination and the work, I usually have a pressure and stress. When I manage the stress and pressure, I talk to myself. That's okay. We'll be fine. But if I can't manage my stress, I do my hobbies like playing badminton or tennis. After I do my hobbies, I feel comfort and my pressure in my mind disappears.
Okay, next question. What do you passionate about?
I'm passionate for mathematics. This is why I enter into major in mathematics because I am interested in uh, mathematics definition and solving problems. When I solve the problems, I feel accomplishment, and when I have the time to rest, I often read the method.
Okay. What have you learned from your mistakes?
When I had the mistakes, I learned the carefulness and the responsibility for every situation. For example, when I cook and I picked up the plate to decorate, I slipped the hands. Oh, I burned the plate fall down and broke. So I cleaned my kitchen and I think you must be careful for every situation when I handle print. So when I have a mistakes about your internship, I must be careful and I do my best.
Okay, last question. Who is your best teacher?
My best teacher is my physical class teacher when I was high school student.
Please tell me why.
Because teacher gave me information about the method of study. And so I can use the method of study and I got a high score. Also, he gave me advice about my future.
Okay, this is ended of my interview. Right?
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
Nice to meet you. My name is Tue1Pm.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Kim. Nice to meet you too. Please take a seat.
Oh, thank you very much. I am hearing for math teacher in this academy.
Oh, welcome to my academy.
Thank you.
Yeah, first question. Please tell me about yourself.
I am graduated Gyeongju National University in majoring in mathematics. I love math and I like to teach students. So, I am not actively person, but I am passionate. So I always do my best. For example, when I was sub-teacher in other academy, I only concentrate teaching, so sometimes I handed over academic study time.
Okay, next question. Why did you choose Gyeongbu National University?
There are many reasons. First, both my home and Gyeongju University are located in Daegu, so I can go school easier than other region students. Second, each national university, so each institution is cheaper than other university, and it gets a lot of scholarship. Last, Gyeongbu University is one of the most famous university in Korea, so it gives me honor.
And you're a good choice.
Thank you.
And what is your greatest strength?
I have a high concentration, so my short-term memory also high. So for this ability, I can get high score in test, and I was able to come this position.
Okay. What is your greatest weakness?
Already I said I am not actively person, so sometimes I avoid meeting. It's not good for this job, but I really want to be this job, so I participated in teaching active like free learning volunteer or sub teacher in other academy.
Okay. What do you know about this academy?
I heard your academy is one of the famous academy in Daegu because your academy sent a lot of students to university which was positioned in Seoul. And I saw your academy needs more teacher because your academy wants to expanding.
Okay, next question. Why did you apply for this job?
When I was middle school students, I'm wondering why other students regard math as hard subject. So I decided to teach math easier and excited. So I decided to be this math teacher.
Okay, the last question. What are you the goal of next 10 years?
If I can, I will study hard for past teacher certification examination. Else, I want to get my own academy.
Okay. This ends my interview. Thank you so much.
Iris and Young. Iris Young. Iris, are you gonna be boss first or applicant? Boss. Okay. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Tue1Pm. I
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. My name is Min Young-shin. Please take a seat. Thank you. So why are you interested in the internship at our hotel?
I want to work after uh, after graduating from university, so I wanna experience it in hotel.
Okay, very good. Can you tell me something about yourself?
I'm very active and outgoing person, so I'm not afraid of changes. So I like to be peaceful and I like to adapt to new environments. So when I was first grade in Gyeongbuk National University, I participate actively in various activities. For example, I applied for foreigner exchange student certificate program, and I helped the Chinese student to adapt her school life. Through this program, I could learn how to get trusted from others and maintain good relationship. And I think that this experience makes me excellent applicant for this job.
Very good. What is your greatest strength?
I can speak various languages. I can speak English, Chinese, Japanese, so I can treat foreigners customer without any problem. And I already have experience of working at a hotel, so I know over to hotelier and the way how to treat customer to satisfy them. And during and while working job, I've done the job very well. Actually, I received the best service award among more than 50 workers, and I'm certain that I can contribute to maintain good reputation of your hotel.
Great. Can you describe your work style?
When I do part-time job, I'm always diligent person. I never late and always be punctual because being punctual is the most important thing in working. And I try to be kind to customer. I have been working cosmetic shop, restaurant, and zoo and water park. In this service industry, giving a good impression to customer is mostly a crucial thing. So I try to always smile and do my best.
All right. What did you learn from your mistakes?
Whenever I made mistake, I lost confidence and really wanted to run away. But now I realize that there is no perfect person from the beginning, so I shouldn't be afraid of making mistake and become timid. Instead, I try to find the reason why I made this mistake and try not to repeat the same mistake again. And if I can't avoid this problem alone, I should ask for help to senior worker or co-worker, and they are willing to help me.
Okay, good. This is the last question. What is your goal for the next 5 years?
I want to study Japanese more because nowadays the number of Japanese who visit Korea is increasing. So to manage them more perfectly and effectively, I should be able to speak the Japanese more fluently. And I want to travel all over Korea because I want to recommend nice restaurant and good and great tourism attraction to tourists who visit Korea, and I want to make them want to visit Korea again.
Okay. Thank you for answering my questions sincerely. Before we end the interview, do you have any questions?
Yes. When could I get the result?
We are going to announce the names of the successful applicants next Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you for answering.
Okay. We'll end our interview now. It was nice meeting you.
Yes, I want to hear from you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Young-shin.
Hi, my name is Tue1Pm. Nice to meet you.
Yes, please take a seat.
Thank you. I came here for the business analyst internship.
So why are you interested in our internship and vacancy?
Well, I'm interested in your internship because your company offers the perfect environment to use and develop my abilities. I'm also confident that I can contribute to your company more than the other applicants.
Okay, I want to know how you can contribute to our company. Could you tell me about yourself?
I studied in America for 9 years when I was young. I am now studying business administration at Kyungpook National University. I am currently working as an English teacher at GMB Academy where I acquired problem-solving skills. I like to communicate with people all over the world from various fields and like to help and learn from them. I think this makes me an excellent candidate for this job.
Okay, why did you apply for this internship?
I applied to your company because you are very stable and have good potential for growth. I can develop my capabilities here. As I said before, I like to communicate with people and learn and help others. I also like to analyze and solve problems. I want to analyze various clients. Your company can give me many opportunities to do so. For this reason, I want to build my expertise in McKinsey.
Okay, what is your greatest strength?
My key strength is that once I'm committed to a project or have to solve a problem, I tackle it with tremendous intensity. I had a problem with my students at the academy I worked. They had trouble following my class and had no interest in studying. So I kept on talking with them, asking how they would feel interest in my class and study. We tried this way and that way. In a few classes, we found that they got interested by starting class with some interesting news or videos that are related with what we would learn today. I also gave them the chance to explain the problem, which increased their interest even more. I also have no problem working with a range of people. I communicate well with my team workers at school and work. Whatever role I get in whatever team, I have no problem dealing with it. I had a team project with some foreign students, and I made sure that everyone understood what the others said and we enjoyed the process.
Then what is your weakness?
My weakest point is that I get nervous a little when I speak in front of many people. However nervous I am, I still make sure that I thoroughly express my idea. I practice my speech over and over until I completely memorize it. To prepare times that I don't have to speak up in front of people without any script, I force myself to speak up in my daily life. Through this process, I won second place in an English speaking contest, and I tried out the delegate and chairman in many Model United Nations.
Yes, interesting. How do you manage your stress in your daily work?
I make sure that I do my work overtime only when I truly need to. I never take my work home. I do this because I can recharge my head and body for another day of work. I also do yoga and ballet, which are very good stress relievers. I also like to watch my favorite entertainment show every weekend.
Yes, we are running out of time. People end this interview. Do you have any question for me?
Yes, I want to know about your typical employee. What do they like most about their jobs? What do they like least?
They like their salary and the opportunity to meet many people from their field. They feel stressful from their busy schedule.
Thank you for answering.
Yes, I really enjoyed interview with you.
Okay, thank you. I hope to hear from you soon.
Yes, thank you.
Sandra, Grace. You gonna be the boss first or applicant first, Sandra?
Application.
Applicant. Okay.
to the provincial government interview. I'm Park.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. My name is Sandra.
Please feel free. Then let's start the interview.
Okay.
At first, how would you describe yourself?
My motto is do the best. The harder I work, the sooner my job was done. Then I started to help others, especially in education. Looking at the smiling face, I found myself felt happy. You know what? I'm a person who do the best and I like to help others.
Okay. Tell me about your education.
I'm attending in Gyeongbu National University and majoring in English language and literature. When I was a high school student, I joined the school science club of Gyeongbu. In the club, I especially became interested in English. Now I'm joining school English club EBS Killa. In majoring club, I'm trying to improve my English and communication skills.
I'm curious about your club of Daegongmu. Explain about more information about this.
Gyeongbu is a club that handles many disciplines like scientific experiments and historical quiz. Among them, I'm most interested in English.
Okay, next, what is your greatest strength?
Not only English, I have a confidence to my Japanese skills. Since my childhood, I have studied Japanese by Japanese movie and Japanese conversation books. So I have a comfortable level of Japanese skills, and this will help you handle problems with Japanese.
I want to learn Japanese too. Recommend best way to learn Japanese easily and friendly.
Having interest in Japan is the first step. Contact Japanese culture.
Interesting. What have you learned from your mistakes?
The most important lesson I have learned from my mistake is not to delay work to do. Because I postponed my work, I even had to give several subjects to review in test period. From this, I decided to make a plan rather than delay work. Finally, I become so problem calmly and improve my performance in test and presentation.
Lastly, why did you apply this internship?
Ultimately, I applied for this internship for my dream. My dream is to become a civil servant and help students and lead my favorite local community in a better way. For this, I aim to learn the work for the community and improve business practical skills. For achieve this goal, I apply for this internship.
Okay, the interview is over. Nice to meeting you.
Thank you very much. I hope to hear from you soon. Welcome to the working interview. Please take a seat.
Thank you. Hi, Miss Jill. I'm glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Park. How's your pen?
Actually, I feel nervous.
Don't worry, you do very well. Then start the interview.
Okay.
Tell me something about yourself.
My name is Grace Park, and I am studying food nutrition at Gyeongbu National University. I have numerous experience as a group leader since elementary school. In this year, I also serve as representative in my departure. Moreover, I have responsibility and passion to perform my task. To sum up, I am a responsible person and have leadership.
What's your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is creative thinking. I often heard I am an innovative person, and this is because of this strength, I solve the problems in different ways than others approach. For example, I have 12 routes to come to school. 2 routes are basic pathway the navigation provides, but the last 10 routes are my own pathway from my experience and thoughts. That how can I reach the school quickly in any situations?
Interesting. What are you passionate about?
Nowadays, I interested in green fast food. I make this word because I want to change social prejudice that fast food is always toxic in our body. But I think fast food can become healthier by making with healthy ingredients and contriving new menu that can change people's mind. By green fast food, it is no longer bad to us, and everyone can enjoy it without worry.
Is there a product that have you thought about green fast food?
I conceived the natural formation burger, but I just still think about it.
How did you prepare your career during university?
My major food nutrition emphasized well-balanced nutrition, also various menu in one diet. So I applied health insurance care during summer vacation, and I raised my liberal arts to support my knowledge like basic management, economy, and social science.
What's your favorite liberal arts subject?
Management is my favorite liberal subject. It gives me high level of knowledge and wider outlook for my life.
Let's get started. Why did you apply for this internship?
Um, as I already said, I want to study green fast food to develop 21st century food industry. While I join working Korea internship, I want to study and success this project with working. And by this activity, I want to build my career and learn basic skills and experience in this company.
The interview is done each autumn.
Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
Tada, Sarah, come on up. Okay, Sarah, are you gonna be boss first or applicant first? Applicant. Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, I'm Dahe. How are you? I'm great. Nice to meet you. I'm Seonju. Okay, please take a seat. Thank you. I'm here for the internship at Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to welcome you today.
Thank you very much.
So, why are you interested in this internship?
My goal is to be a competent doctor, and this experience really important for me to achieve the goal.
Okay, then tell me about your education.
I graduated Chungang Girls High School and I entered Gyeongbuk National University in 2017. I majored in School of Medicine.
How did you choose your university?
When I traveled to China, Nepal, Republic of South Africa, and Thailand for doing missionary work, I saw many sick people, and when I saw them, I wanted to help them, so I decided to be a great doctor. My university is a good place to be a prepared doctor because this school has deep history and there are many prominent professors and seniors.
Okay, then describe your work or study style.
I'm really responsible and sincere for everything that I have to do. I've never been absent or tardy for school, and I graduated my high school with good grades. Also, I got scholarship thanks to my diligence. And when I study, I use my spare time well. For example, when I have to wait for a bus, I memorize English words.
So, why are you the best person for this internship?
I'm really enthusiastic to this internship. I have detailed ability to observe the act of germs and viruses. Also, I have excellent attention to details and social phenomena. All these things are important to be a good internship to here, and these strengths make me the best person for this internship.
Okay, then what are your goals for the next 10 years?
I'll graduate my university with honors and study more to be a competent doctor. And after graduation, I'll pass the state examination and work for people that need my help. I'm also going to volunteer medical service activities.
Okay, this ends our interview today. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you. I look forward to your contacts. Hello, I'm Soyeon. Nice to meet you.
Good morning, I'm Ida.
Please sit here. Welcome to World Health Organization.
Thank you. I'm here for an internship position in WHO.
It's a pleasure for me to welcome you today. So why are you interested in this internship?
I am interested in being an intern, especially in Vietnam, because I know people in Vietnam cannot get a good medical service, so I want to help them.
Then let me ask you several questions. Tell me about your education.
I graduated Gyeongbuk National University and I studied medicine. I joined a research program when I was third grader and I studied a lot about internal medicine, so I'm quite confident in that field.
Then how do you prepare for tests or exams?
First of all, I structuralize the whole chapters roughly, and after I understand the relation between those chapters, I study details.
Let me ask you more specifically. In what way do you memorize those details?
Sometimes I visualize the knowledge that I learned, and in that way, those knowledge comes to my mind more easily. And other than that, I repeat the details over and over again.
Good. And are you a team player?
Actually, when I was young, I was not. When things go differently than I thought, I showed my annoyance to my coworkers or friends. But after I recognized my problem, I fixed it. So now I think positively and encourage other people when things go bad.
Then how do you manage your stress when you're stressed out?
I usually go to my favorite cafe and drink some coffee. I also listen to music or read some books. When the weather is nice, I walk along the river near my house. I usually feel comfortable when I do something alone, so I spend time by myself to relieve stress.
And let me ask you last question. Why are you the best person for this position?
In my opinion, two of the most important qualifications to become an intern is diligence and the ability to empathize with patients. First of all, I am kind of a diligent person. When I was first grader, I was weak and I felt tired easily. But after I started my daily exercise, I became healthier and consequently I became much more diligent. And I can understand other people's circumstances very well. Since I was young, I've been an empathetic person. In short, I think I am a qualified person for this.
Thank you for answering all the questions. And this is the end of our interview. Nice
Thank
meeting you.
thank you. I hope to hear from you soon.